All right, welcome to another song title challenge where the question is, climbers, how should you write this one? They're so worried about whether or not they could, Brent. They didn't think about whether or not they should
That's
or
right.
how they should, right? So this is where climbers, listeners of this podcast, send in their song titles to info@daredevilproduction.com. Production is singular. There is no S. Info@daredevilproduction.com. Put song title challenge or STC in the subject line so that I know what folder to put it in. If you put the song title in the subject line, which has happened,
Mhm.
it could be spam. I could be just dumping it because I don't know what the hell that is.
Right.
Especially with the way some of you send in song titles, which is like this big long idea for a song that's not a title, and I'm like, I don't know what this is. Click some sort of spam. But anyway, you want to make sure it gets in the right folder because if you don't do that, it won't. And Brent and I invite an esteemed guest, a killer songwriter, onto the show. We spring it live on the podcast. And then we try to cook up 5 or 6 different conceptual angles in about 20 minutes on how you should write this one. This is to show you, make you a fly on the wall, pull back the green curtain on the Wizard of Oz and show you how songwriters think and what they're doing before they put pen to paper on the lyric, because 99% of the time, the first idea that you get, the low hanging fruit, isn't the best. Sometimes it is, but usually it's not. And you have to go digging down. I mean, Brent, how many shows? This is episode 151. How many shows
Mhm.
have we done where we just, at the end, right? Like the 6th or 7th thing, we're like, that's it. Oh my God, that's how you have to write that. And
That's right.
that's how you get to the platinum, as you say, right?
That's
This
right.
is a killer exercise too for breathing new life, like life support, into your tired old hooks that are neglected, that don't get your love and TLC and attention at the beginning of your hook book. If you go back and spend 15 minutes doing your own personal song title challenge, well, testify, Brent.
That's right. I mean, I'm doing this for myself, right? I'm doing my own personal song title challenges. And man, this is a lot of what I'm bringing to co-writes these days. I mean, I'm getting cuts off this. I have a song that's on the Southern Gospel singles chart right now, which was like over 1,000, maybe close to 2,000 titles ago, that I ended up bringing in with Zane and Donna King, and they loved it. They cut it. It's charting. So there we go. And I wouldn't have gone back to that if I was only looking for the newest ones or the lowest hanging fruit. So man, it's working for me. So I definitely want to encourage everyone to take a shot at it yourselves, but just
Well,
don't
there we
knock me
go.
off the chart. That's
There we go.
my spot.
So climbers, it's not a co-write in any way, shape, or form. This is a fun, creative exercise. As Brent says, it's infotainment. We just want to show you like how this, what writers are doing before they get in a room, or sometimes what they're doing right in the room when the
Mhm.
artist is like, I want to do a song about my cat. And I go,
Yeah.
okay, like, well, let's song title challenge this. But like I said, it's not a co-write. It's just fun. The only thing we demand is an invite to the number one party. Okay.
Yeah.
And there better be an open bar for Johnny. Um, and every once in a while, I get Brent to have a cocktail when he's hanging out with me,
I
guys.
need
So
childcare. Johnny needs an open bar.
that's right.
Right.
I think Brent needs a child. That's right, man. So anyway, why don't you introduce our guest? Like, I'm stoked about our guest. This is a climber. This is a guy that's been on the podcast before, and we just had this great conversation. Like, I love this guy's brain, and if you want to figure out all the work that you need to be doing as an artist to try to get ahead, like, you better follow this cat on social media, man, because he is killing it right now with his content, and I love it. I love his brain.
That's right. And I love his vocal cords. So today's guest, I know him so well, I didn't even prep a bio, so I'll probably get some stuff wrong. But our guest today is a Georgia native. You might know him from season, I believe, 14 of The Voice, where he did really well. He's been a co-writer of mine for a while. We've written some cool songs. He has a new project out today, which I'm glad to have a song on there. But
Yes.
my song on there is probably my least favorite one on there because it's so freaking good. But Wilkes, welcome to the climb.
Welcome,
Thanks,
buddy.
man. What's up?
How you
Hey,
been?
I'm good. Hanging in there.
yeah,
Hanging in there.
Having
happy
fun.
release day, buddy.
Yeah.
Thank you. I appreciate it. It's been a long time coming.
Heck
There you go.
yeah.
There's a
It
link
feels like it
in
always
the
is.
show notes, by the way, y'all, if you want to click through and listen to some of Jason's stuff, then make sure you do that and follow him on Spotify too, for crying out loud.
That's right. And if you want to hear more, he was actually on episode 110 of the podcast. It has been a hot minute. So,
Yeah.
and we're on episode like 300 and close to
91.
400 now.
Yeah.
So
390
it's been a
something.
while. So he is an OG climber, and we appreciate it. OG friend of the show. So thanks for being here, bud.
Thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
That's right. All right. Well, y'all ready?
And never, and that's part of the charm, hopefully.
All right. So I'm pleased to announce that I don't think that we've done a title from this climber before,
All right.
but this is a regular climber that Brent, you and I got the pleasure of meeting. Like not this last trip you were here, but maybe a trip or two before that.
Mhm.
This is from Johnny Matt Music.
Oh, hey, Johnny.
And the title, I like this title because I think it can be. Here's my hot take on this. I like this title because I think it can be a thing, like it can be a description, right? It's a thing, but also it can be an adjective. It can be or it can be a verb.
We have to guess
So
what it is.
and it's got a little country alliteration, but the song title is Grass Stains.
Okay. Grass
Grass
stains.
Stains.
All right, thanks for sending that in, Johnny Matt. Okay, so first thing I'm going to say is a good buddy of mine has written this title, and it's been in some of our Songwriting Pro, play for publisher events and stuff. So I'm going to try. All I'm going to be thinking about is not stepping on my buddy's idea because I don't want to step on it. So, like, if this were like, like in a write and say Wilkes threw this out, like, hey, I want to write this, I'd be like, dude, I can't write that. Like, I got a buddy and that's one of his top songs, and I'm just going to be trying not to write his song, which is a terrible way to write a song, is just trying not to write this other song, right? It's like, don't think of a purple elephant. Dang it, I just did. So normally I'd be like, okay, I can't do that. Then that, yeah, you've done that too
a number of times. Yeah, I've said stuff to you before that you were like, oh, can't write that. I was like, dang it.
Well, hey, I mean, do you think Johnny Matt's in Songwriting Pro, right?
Yeah. He's.
Do you think he might have like subconsciously heard this there and then came up with that? Should we pick another title?
I don't know if he heard that or not. I'm going to roll with it just to stretch myself to think like beyond what my buddy wrote. So it's, I mean, it hadn't been cut yet. It needs to be cut. My buddy Todd's version of it, but I don't know if he saw it or not. But it's it's a thing, right? I'm sure there are other songs with that title, so I ain't scared of trying.
Okay, I mean, there were 3 #1 hit songs entitled "Fire," so
there we go. And that also gets out Grass Stains.
Yeah, Fire gets out Grass Stains.
Right.
So, yeah, I mean, what I liked about it was like, obviously, okay, what does, Grass Stains, what can get out Grass Stains? What gets, I'm thinking of like, when I think of Grass Stains, I don't know why, this is just my damn 70s self, but I'm like, Tough Skins.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys aren't like, Jason's looking at us like, what the hell is that? Like, Tough Skins, like, that was like, I think it was Sears. It was a clothing thing from Sears for little kids. Like little boys had Tough Skins, and they had like reinforced knees, and they just always had grass stains on them because you're running around in the yard or whatever. But also it could be grass stains blank.
Yeah,
right?
like grass noun verb, right?
Oh, and Jason on this thing too.
The Nashville thing to do would be to do that. Things that grass stains, which typically is anytime I'm in a write and somebody goes, I got this idea called grass stains, but it's not what you think. And I'm like, it's exactly what I think. It's stuffed grass stains, right? And they're like, yeah, how'd you know? And I'm like, that's what you do as a songwriter. So,
that's my job.
That's the go-to thing, which means for me, probably one of the reasons I haven't had a #1 hit yet is because I see the go-to thing and then I go, I'm not going to do that. I'm too cool. I'm going to do something else. So
right. It's
I would keep digging.
It's like, I'm not going to do the low-hanging fruit thing, obvious thing, but I'm not going to do the obvious to a Nashville writer who knows better. So let's twist it again. So that way, when people are going, oh, they're going to do this thing. Aha, I didn't do that thing. Which I think there's value in that. But it's tricky.
that's one of my biggest power plays as a songwriter, and it's also my biggest crutch. Is I'm always the guy that's like, but we all thought of that. Let's think of something only one of us thought of, and then everybody else goes, "Whoa, that's it." And sometimes it doesn't get in there.
Sometimes you get a little too smart for the listening audience, you think?
Yeah, I
Little
do
too
Yeah.
that
clever.
sometimes. Yeah.
Well,
Okay, I
Unfortunately.
got
because that's
an
the
idea.
thing. Sometimes things is like, is that a great thought, or is it a great feeling, or is it a great song? Like, just because it's an interesting thought. Had someone send me a thing recently, and I was like, yeah, it's an interesting thought, but ultimately, I want to get a feeling out of it, not just a thought, like
Yeah.
from a song. Like, people want to get feelings from it, not just thoughts. And so they
Huh.
got to balance that thing of like, yeah, but ultimately, if I don't make people feel something, like no one stood in line for a concert and bought a T-shirt. Why? Because that was interesting. You know what they talked about was just kind of interesting. I never thought of it that way. Like, most people
Yeah.
don't like buy a T-shirt
No, they
because of
wanna
that. They're
feel
like,
something.
they made them feel
That's
some kind
right.
of way.
Yeah.
So
Okay, so I got an idea that'll kick us off
all
here. So what if it's like sort of set up in a fun way, like our good friend Rachel Thibodeau's Good
right. Oh,
Directions,
good
right?
direction. Yeah.
Where and it's all about a story of, he meets the girl, they're at some July 4th, fireworks thing, and everybody's sitting down, she's wearing white, and she
Mm-hmm.
gets up, and all of a sudden she's like ruined her outfit with grass stains, you know what I mean? And that was the catalyst that brought them together. Um,
And his
uh,
mom works at a laundromat. And he's like, you got to take a left and ask for Miss Bell at the laundromat and
and
get her
she
some
has
of
sweet
that
tea at the
the
laundromat.
sweet tea and bleach.
Hey, look, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Like, let's just take the whole concept.
Dude, you wouldn't be the only guy on Music Row doing that today. There's
Right.
there's 15 people rewriting House That Built
Yeah,
Me right now.
Oh
yeah.
yeah.
Yep.
Well, hey, if it's
My
good enough
first
for
thought for
yeah,
my first thought for Grass Stains is it reminds me of being a kid. So
yeah,
I don't want to necessarily wouldn't necessarily just write a song about being a kid, but Grass Stains feels youthful because you hit an age to where you don't get grass stains anymore. You get grass stains up till about 15. And then
yeah,
Mhm.
once you get 16, you're too cool to run so fast that you fall and get grass stains.
right.
So my first thought is it feels youthful and it feels young, which is great for country music. I mean, 80-year-old country singers still sing songs about being in high school. So
Yep.
that's a good sign. But my other what I would probably do with something like Grass Stains is I like songs that have titles that end up being the last thing in a list. So
Mhm.
you're
Mhm.
like listing things. So like blood, sweat, and grass stains, or
Yeah.
you know what I mean. Like when I was a kid, the things we knew best were blood, sweat, and grass stains. We just went outside and we sweated and we got bloody and we got grass stains, and
Oh,
that's what our life was back then.
well, this is I dig that. Yeah, the list of that. It makes me think of
Yep.
football, because I'd get,
Yeah,
you get grass stains
Oh,
if you're wearing your away stuff, so you're wearing the white, then
yeah,
there you
from home with
go.
grass stains. It's
Oh,
kind of
yeah.
a
So
trophy. It's like a badge of honor, which is cool. Like, man, it's showing off my scars and grass stains, baby.
yeah,
Um,
if you were the guy coming off the football field with no grass stains on your knees,
you
then
better hope
you
you're a
didn't.
quarterback,
Yeah,
yeah.
or
right?
kicker. Yeah,
Or the
Right.
kicker. The only people should have clean jerseys at the end of the game. If you got a clean jersey at the end of the game, you weren't doing your job.
exactly.
So I like that. And I also think, and this may be a little too much like grumpy old man kind of thing, get off my lawn, but like kids these days need less of this and more grass stains.
Oh, that's
Get
cool.
out
More
the
grass
dang
stains.
house, get off the screen, go freaking play in the yard, right?
Yeah,
Go get you some grass
Go
stains.
get you
Yeah.
some grass stains. Could be cool. It feels, kind of preaching, like, get off my lawn. But there could be a thing, or back in our day, we had da-da-da and grass stains. That's what we, you know.
yeah, that's cool. I like that.
So kind
So,
of
oh,
mix
and
what you were talking about, maybe give a little bit of like, hey, what the world needs now, needs a little more grass stains. I don't know.
Yeah,
but Jason, we forgot to tell you too. You can put anything before or after the title to twist up the meaning. Carte blanche to do
Mhm.
that. And no, I think he told you no guardrails on the genre. But so you mentioned something. Now this is how it works, right? You springboarded me. Like you said, we reach a certain age and we
Mhm.
don't get grass stains anymore. So what if this is conceptually like strawberry wine, like you're talking
Mm,
about losing your innocence, and it
yeah.
was right about the same time I stopped getting grass stains, or
Right.
that was the last grass stain,
Yeah.
right?
Oh yeah.
That could be really heavy and really cool, like in a really like beautiful way.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Um, you know, going down that road, that could be a great way to twist it.
Then you could twist if you wrote that song of like I met this girl when I was 15 or whatever, and that was the last time I got grass stains because you know you decided to settle down with the girl, and when you settle down as an adult, that's when you stop getting grass stains. But
Mm,
you could do the country music thing where at the bridge you're like, hey baby, you want to go like we used to do and get some grass stains
Things.
again? You know, throw it to
Right.
where you're reliving something with her. But I had another not that would if I was the guy in the room currently, I do the spaghetti noodle thing to where I say let's throw spaghetti noodles on the wall
Mm.
until one sticks, and
sticks.
whichever one sticks most, let's go with that. So at this point, I would probably be the guy that like was like, I think that's probably the noodle is the strawberry wine kind of because you can
Mhm.
still you can throw back to so many things that when you were young you got grass stains and you did all these other things and you could still
Yeah,
do the list thing to where the chorus ends with "Do dum brown dum brown and grass stains." Like you can
yeah,
Mm.
still do that thing. But
Right.
the other idea that I had that I don't think is as good as that one, but I'll throw it out there anyway, is the way I used to live my life when I was younger, grass stain young, and I kind of do. I
Which
kind of
is a
still
cool
do
phrase, grass stain young. I mean, you know,
yeah.
grass stain young. Maybe I
something, I don't
accidentally
know.
said it just now. Most of my best songs is in this when I'm explaining my idea. Some other guy goes, "Wait,
Hey,
stop! That was the idea. Stop
we're
talking."
we're the
So
grass stain kids, you know,
maybe
whatever.
maybe that's what just happened.
Yeah.
But my the way I used to live my life as a kid and the way that I kind of do metaphorically now is I go like way beyond grass stains. If I've got grass stains on my knees, I'm like, I'm going back outside until these jokers are holes. Like
Right.
Yeah.
I don't stop at grass stains. My
All right.
mom, if I came in with grass stains on my brand new pants, my mom would be like, well, that's not too bad. I can probably clean that out. Last last time the bottom of the pants was completely ripped off. So but
Like, it's a good thing.
yeah, but conceptually beyond grass
So
stains
it could be like,
whatever. It's not as
move
cool.
fast and break things, like, it could be like a credo to
Yeah.
life, like, like you don't go into don't do anything halfway, don't do anything half-assed, like,
Mm.
go in full on, get yourself dirty,
Yeah.
and yeah, I like that.
Yeah, and there's always farther to push it. So if you're sweating a little bit, you can get some grass stains. If you've got some grass stains, you can rip a hole in it. If you've ripped a hole in it, you can run so fast your pants fall off. You know.
Now,
Yeah,
yeah, turn them into jorts.
Yeah,
Um,
exactly. But if I were to be writing this song for myself, I would prefer still the kind of strawberry wine approach. Feels
well,
more
on that
yeah.
strawberry wine
feels
approach
cooler.
too, just to something else you made me think of just real quick, is that it could be too that he met the girl, like you were saying, and that's when he stopped getting grass stains because he wanted, and all of a sudden, for the first time, he wants to impress a girl, and he
Yeah.
doesn't want to show up with grass stains. Like he wants to look good, and you know what I mean. It could
Mhm.
be that could be another twist in all of those things that you said with the listicle and
Mhm.
the whole thing to put that together.
Yeah,
Yeah,
kind of he stops playing backyard ball with the boys and he's gonna go hang out with this girl, right?
Yeah,
So he's like, moving kind of past that. I think that's cool. And thinking about like, it'd probably be a third person kind of thing talking about a woman like a mom. What if like, oh my gosh, my boys are growing up. They're not coming in with grass stains anymore. Like she kind of misses the days of da 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 and grass stains. Like, oh my little guys, like Ren just turned 20, right? I mean, I got a 20, a
wow.
13, and a 12, and they're gonna be getting past the point of like grass stains on clothes, and like, how's my wife going to feel because she handles the laundry? Thank goodness. Um,
yeah,
of that could be a poignant thing of kind of looking back going, oh man, miss those little guy days, which I think that would be third person because like Wilkes talked about 80-year-old country singer singing about being in high school. If you sing about somebody else, you can do that third person. And I'm not saying I'm old enough to have kids that old. I'm just talking about this woman who does.
yeah.
So that might be an angle as well. kind of
or, or,
growing
or,
out
or
of grass stains. I like
in
the
that
green.
same concept, it could be, kind of like Grandpa telling me about the good old days. Maybe
Mhm.
it's some poignant conversation you got with your mom or your grandma who's just like, well, the world changes for a boy when they stop getting grass stains, and they just have some phrase that's like
Mhm.
super profound, and you're like,
Yeah.
wow, of course, like, I knew you were on your way when you stopped getting grass stains on your knees, and you're like, what? Like,
What?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's just
that's cool.
that
That
could
I
be
is
love.
cool.
cool.
I
Um,
think the kind of you're gonna miss this thing is cool too. That'd be a noodle hanging out there
Hmm.
yeah.
because
Yeah.
that's a heartstring puller. But
That
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 song
is.
also wants to be 78 BPM. So if you're gonna record it yourself, maybe write that one. If you're gonna record somebody else gonna record it, maybe shoot for a 110, 120 BPM.
Right.
Idea.
And back to football.
Go back to football. Maybe football. Yeah.
Yeah,
I had a
exactly.
you wanted to get real weird with it. Um, I don't know. Maybe it's not real weird, but if you were as a musician, if people were making fun of your like making fun of your musical outfit, or they're like, you're not pop enough for today. You're too old school. And you're like, oh, don't worry about that. That's just my bluegrass stains.
Exactly.
Oh,
They'll wash right out.
I like
I'm just thinking it sounds like a bluegrass instrumental, Grass Stains.
Yeah.
Bluegrass instrumental, Call Me for the Lyric, and like Foggy Mountain Breakdown. It's
I
like
mean, this is just my
Grassy
bluegrass.
Field, Zoysia Yard Fall Down. Um, Bluegrass Stains. Nice. Um,
Could
Bluegrass
be a rock
Band.
song. We got no guardrails. Could be a rock song.
Mhm.
When you get some kind bud and you start breaking it apart, so you can roll a joint and you get grass stains on your fingers. Like it gets all sticky.
I did not
And so
know that, but that's good to know. But I was thinking about that
keep
too,
hanging
going,
out with
okay,
me, kid. I'll make you a star, Brent. Don't worry.
I was wondering about that, like, how could that have to do with pot? I didn't know, like, it stains your reputation, stains your permanent record when you're I don't know. Um, but there you go, fingertips. Now I feel like reggae too.
Yeah, reggae, rap, rock.
Right.
It works for
Yeah.
all those. Or reggae rap rock.
Oh,
Hey,
yes.
there's a new genre that
My
just happened.
Yeah.
right.
That just happened.
So yeah, that could be a thing. It just feels like, I mean, that could be like talking about the stains on the fingertips. That could be like a different slice of like growing up, being a kid, looking back on that kind of stuff too. Like you just set that it's like in a different neighborhood maybe than the country boys running around playing flag football. It could be,
Mhm.
like more rap, hip hop kind of thing. It could be that or rock or even or suburban, you know, kind of thing. So I think that could be kind of cool too.
Yeah.
Grass
There's
stains.
also the thing my mom used to get annoyed about grass stains is because I was born in '84, so I was a '90s kid. So all of
Mhm.
our pants were really light
Oh
and
yeah,
like whatever that stone wash is like
yeah,
almost white.
Uh-huh.
heck
Uh-huh.
yeah.
I stained them. I didn't just get like knees grass stains. I got grass stains on every square inch, and my mom would complain once I got a number of them because she had to work really hard to get them out, and some of them just won't come out, and that's especially in the '90s. Maybe the detergent wasn't as good. If you got a grass stain on your new pants, it was there forever.
I,
So
I think it's because the pants were white, like
probably
because
Yeah,
they're
it was the pants.
lighter.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's not a thing on black pants, which was that was
yeah,
No.
that was early 2000s. All my pants were skinny and black. So there's something in there to a rock song. You don't have to worry about grass stains and wear all black. But
yeah.
what I was getting to is grass stains don't come out. So you could there's a country thing you could do with things that you can't
Wash
get
out.
out, or people that saying where people are like, you can take me out of the country, but you can't take the country out of me. It's kind of like
Yeah,
you can go out in the grass, but if you put grass stains on your pants, you can't get it out, and you can't get me out of
the
wherever
country,
I'm.
or it's like kind of like the memory, like a tattoo kind of thing. That memory that a phase, but it won't quite come out. Like grass
Oh,
stains,
Yeah,
which
yeah.
could be kind of like going back to the strawberry wine kind of thing too. It's like it's faded, but it hadn't come out
Yeah,
yet.
but it's still there. Yeah,
It's
I
still
had
there.
I had grass stains on my, I had grass stains on my jeans. We spilled red wine on your whatever,
Mhm.
your white
Had a
whatever.
barbecue
Like,
stain on my white T-shirt, right?
yeah,
Kinda
yeah,
thing,
yeah,
like,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
coffee. I love
that could
coffee.
be
I
fun,
got
like
coffee
top of the
stains and everything.
course.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, and then of course at the end it's the top of the chorus. It's the coffee. It's the red wine. It's the barbecue sauce. It's the grass stains or whatever. But then
Mhm.
it's obviously metaphorically for like our love.
Yeah.
Our love,
Exactly.
but our love
Because that's
won't
exactly how
fade.
every country boy talks to his
Yeah,
girl.
our love, baby.
Girl, your love's like a grass stain. What? I mean, it sounded good in my head.
No, I mean it won't come out like ever. Like in
Right.
not
It's
in a
in the
frustrating way.
fabric of my
Like
life, the denim of my soul.
You understand what I'm saying?
my life is light colored pants from the 90s.
Oh
Girl,
my gosh,
your love is like
you
grass
guys
stains on stonewashed jeans,
seriously,
man.
you have to look up tough skins, man. I think it's Sears, but it's like, have you ever seen like those? I think they're beige, like hardcore work pants that
Yeah,
like blue collar dudes wear that are basically like canvas, like
yeah.
thick canvas that can't be wrecked. That's what tough skins were, right?
Okay.
On like from so that it's like you walked around like a mummy because they were so stiff. There was nothing stretchy about them. It was just all utility. Like, I'm buying these and they're going to last you for a
Mhm.
year until next school year. And they had reinforced knees for boys, and that was that was the
That's
Tuskens.
funny.
But mine always had grass stains on them. That's for
What
sure.
what if it's kind of, and this is kind of 90s, but like the 3-act play of, I'm growing up and always coming in with grass stains, and then I don't know what's in the middle, but like kind of getting to like these days, I got boys of my own, and either they're coming in with the grass stains or it's giving me an excuse to get grass stains again because I'm rolling around the yard with them. Like I get to get grass stains again. Like it's grass stain
Oh,
summer.
grass stains again. I
Grass
like
stains
that.
again, or like grass stained summer. It's like, when I was a kid, now I got my boys and we're rolling around in the backyard and all of us are coming in with grass stains, the kind of the circle of life kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Could be fun too. Again, you're like, if I'm looking at it from who would cut that, then it has to be a guy that like, oh, does the artist have kids, boys willing to sing about that kind of stuff? So that would be one I'd probably stick in my pocket and go, okay, do I have an artist coming up that has boys? That I
Yeah.
can aim at and go, "Hey, about this," is they can relate to and go, "Oh yeah, that's cool. That speaks to me. That's my life." Then I stick it in my pocket for that version. Um,
Yeah.
Oh, I got another idea. So,
yeah,
okay. So, there's a lawn crew that comes out and mows my lawn. You know what I mean? I don't mow my own lawn. And, they the equipment and the
mhm,
dudes are like, there's one guy on the quick mower that, goes around the trees like 360 degrees with the $6,000 mower, and then there's
yeah.
like 2 other dudes with like the weed whackers and the leaf blowers, and guess what? They always got grass stains on them.
Oh yeah,
So maybe it's a song about the first year he starts a lawn business and it blows up into this big thing and he's successful, or that's how he met the girl. Was I had all these grass stains on me because he was like working. He's a
yeah.
it's a country sort of hardcore, you know, tough job kind of a thing. But that's how I
She
met
thinks
you.
my grass stain's sexy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Grass stains
Well, I
sweater.
think we got some good looks at this, y'all. I mean, I think we nailed like probably 7 or 8 of those things, man.
Yeah,
I think
that's
it's pretty
fun.
good. Thank you, Wilkes. So,
And I
where can
didn't step
everybody?
on my buddy's idea.
No,
Well,
perfect.
good.
There you
When
go.
we get done, you have to tell me what it is when we
When we're
stop
off the
recording.
air.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wanna find out what that is, but, so where can everybody connect with you, bro, like, on social media and everything like that?
Yes, you have a new album out today. Tell us all about it. Where can we find and fall in love with you?
Yeah, I mean everywhere. So if there's a place for an artist to be, if you look at the screen name. I'm in the 90s still with
Yeah.
instant messenger apparently. Handle is just Wilkes Music, so WILKES music is my handle on social or any social media, Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, Facebook. I have literally all the things. If there's a thing that comes out the day after tomorrow, that evening of the day after the tomorrow, I will be Wilkes Music on that place too. So it exists.
Nice.
I'm there. And
It's
then
just you're there. I love that.
yeah,
Yes.
so then streaming platforms just Wilkes. If you just type in my name, you'll find it. But the title of the record is Call It Whatever, which is a long story. But the lead single that's releasing with the record is Wanna Be Us. So I've been hanging on to Wanna Be Us since 2016 because it got put on hold by so many artists. I was like, this is the one that's going to buy me the house.
Mm-hmm.
And then about 6 months ago, I was like, screw it. I'm releasing this stupid song. I've been holding on to it for way too long. It's one of
Hey, we're
one
for
of the
Travis Meadows. That
Yeah,
doesn't mean we're not
exactly.
going to cut it.
Yeah.
yeah,
Sure.
one of the best songs I've ever written, and I've been sitting on it because so everybody put it on hold and was like, we're gonna cut it, and then it's a little too cool, or it's a little too left of center, or
Yeah.
label heads taking it and saying,
Well, now your problem is, Wilkes, is that anybody looking at cutting it's just going to be like, well, who the hell's going to sing it that cool, Skip?
Yeah.
we can't beat that vocal.
What's funny is the thing that I heard from record labels on it, and they would say, we're gonna keep this song. We really like this. I don't think we have an artist that can do it, but we're gonna think about it. And
Yeah.
I'm just kind of sitting back there going,
I know an artist who can do it.
I can do
Yeah.
I can do
Hey,
it.
I got an idea. Hey, I got an idea.
Yeah. But anyways,
All right, guys.
I got
Well,
tired of
listen,
sitting
that
on it,
brings
so I
us to the
released
end
it.
of another. Hey, calm down. It brings us to the end of another song title challenge, where send in your song titles, guys. info@daredevilproduction.com. Put song title challenge or STC in the subject line so it gets in the right folder. Thank you for saying yes, Mr. Wilkes. We appreciate you. We love you. And man, you want to go check out this guy's socials. Watch what he's doing. He's got it going on. We had, just real quick before we say goodbye, he had something really important to say when he finally got into doing content on a regular basis. He had the same thought that you probably have right now, which is just like, I'm not going to go on and do all the stupid stuff everybody else does. But then he just started doing it, and it took a few pieces of content to really find your voice and do it the right way. And you're just really doing some great stuff. So remember that, guys. The only way out is through. You got to start doing it, and then I promise you'll figure it out. So anyway, this podcast exists because we want you to win. So keep on climbing.
And we'll see at the top and at Wilkes Music.
Yeah.